I'm going to be sharing some budget-friendly kitchen staples that are going to be great for making meals throughout the week that are not going to break the bank. And then at the end of the video, I'm also going to be sharing just some kitchen staples that are going to be great to have in general, as well as give you guys some tips that are going to be good for saving money and budgeting throughout this whole vegan journey and just eating healthy in general. So whole foods are gonna be your best friend, and this is like produce and ingredients that are not processed and just as they are. Bananas, super cheap. Sweet potatoes, onions, carrots, things like this that are going to be used to create your recipes or create the foods that you're going to have throughout the week. And these are super cheap compared to processed stuff or things that are going to be pre-cut or pre-cooked or just pre-processed for you. I'm just going to let you know now, if you don't know how to cook or you don't cook, it is a season to learn this skill. It's not only super useful for yourself, but in general, this is going to help you save so much money. Anything that's convenient for you is going to be a little bit more money because the companies and businesses put things at certain prices because they know that you need them and they know that they can make money off of your needs. So what whole foods or unprocessed foods, they're going to be cheaper, but you're going to have to put a little bit of legwork, as in making your own things, like making your own granolas or maybe your own veggie stocks or preparing some of your plant-based milks or your dips. So I kind of just went off on a tangent, so I'm going to explain this in a simpler term. But for example purposes, let's say you want to buy hummus at the store. You can easily get it super convenient, right? But you're going to be paying for the extra costs associated for packaging, branding, and convenience. And odds are it's not going to be as big of a quantity as if you were to make it yourself, because not only would the ingredients come out cheaper, but like I said, you're going to make a bigger amount, aka stretching out your dollar and stretching out what you have, saving you money in the long run. And this is a way for you to be creative and start adding even additional things into your foods that are going to be way more nutritional and beneficial to you and your health. I know this might be a little different than what you're used to as your like quick and grab and go lifestyle, but this is a season of change. When I started making my own things from scratch, I not only saved a lot more money, but I also felt really good because I started to eat things that had like nutritional value. Since we're on the topic of fresh produce, this is going to be a majority of what you're eating. So I always like to have things that are easy to mix and match into a lot of meals. Potatoes or sweet potatoes are really good because you can put them in soups, you can put them in rice bowls, you can make mashed potatoes. Like, you could really stretch out the ingredient. Lemon or lime to kind of spruce up dishes or make dressings out of. Leafy greens are going to be so beneficial and are a great way to just add like flavor and texture into your dishes. Fresh herbs like cilantro, parsley, dill, thyme. I love throwing cilantro in everything. There's so many good benefits to parsley and cilantro because it's a good detoxifier, so it clears out like your system, your liver, clear out heavy metals, and it's just so easy just to like chop it up and throw it into something. And it definitely makes your meal more exciting because sometimes like you just need a little pop of something, a little je ne sais quoi, and it really does the job. I'm almost juicing in every vlog that I've ever posted because it's just so easy and it's so nutritious for you, and it's gonna be way cheaper than you going to your local juice bar or smoothie place, because an average smoothie is about like what, $8, maybe $9, and if you're doing the organic juice bars, then it's definitely around like $10, sometimes even $12. Just getting 3 smoothies a week is already like $30 something, when you could have just spent that $30 one time and then made a big batch, and now you have juice for like 7 days. So these are things that may seem simple, they take your dollar a long way. So these are going to be some tips that are going to help you pick out what whole foods to buy. Number one is going to be to make sure that you're buying in season, because different fruits and vegetables grow at different times of the year, and then when that happens, the prices in the stores go down because they're so readily available. Number two is going to be going to like farmers markets or fresh markets. This is going to be a little cheaper than the regular stores because it's literally just from like the farmer to you. And the fact that if the farmer's selling it to you, I think the quality sometimes could even be better. Depending on where you're at, there'll be more markets available than others. Just do your little Google search, look around and find out when they're hosting markets, and then getting in contact with these people. Number three is going to be buying in bulk, and this is super helpful. So this means maybe getting a Costco membership, a Sam's Club membership. If you own a business, you can go to Restaurant Depot. This is going to definitely help save that money because the prices of what you're getting is going to be way cheaper because you're getting a bigger quantity of it. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I have to ask my mom for her Costco card because I'm like switching up where you're getting your groceries, because there are certain stores that are more expensive than others. I know when I want to save a few bucks, I love going to Aldi's. I love Aldi's because I feel like they have a good range of things. Personally, I've seen an increase in vegan products that they have at Aldi's. Their produce is good, but sometimes it'll hit or miss, so I'm not gonna like rave about their produce. I guess it just depends on the day, but it's still decent for what it is. I just make sure that I'm reading the ingredients and making sure that the stuff that I do get at Aldi's is beneficial for my health, and I read labels. I don't care. I will be at that grocery store for a hot minute just making sure that what I'm getting is exactly what it says it is. And that's the whole point of this video. Like, yes, we want to be on a budget, but we also want to make sure that we're putting good things in our bodies. Overall, Aldi's is definitely a great spot to check out, especially if you're trying to save $1. So next is going to be beans and legumes, and honestly this is probably one of the cheapest things that you can buy, and they're so good for you. So if you're getting dried beans or canned beans, I know dried beans are cheaper than the canned beans, but the canned beans are still very much affordable. I know one of my go-to beans are chickpeas because they are so versatile. It's a source of vegan protein, and you can make so many recipes with chickpeas. It's ridiculous. Lentils are packed with protein as well. They have a certain meaty quality to them, so it's good to like throw into dishes if you're trying to make like mock meats or just making hearty dishes. Black beans and kidney beans, those are super good for just making like stews, or like sometimes I like to have rice and beans, like a little Puerto Rican style, so I'll use the red kidney beans or black beans. And like I said, beans are just a great source of nutrition. They offer carbs, protein, vitamins, nutrients, all that good stuff. So that's leading me to the next topic, which is canned goods. And canned goods are always going to be super affordable. That's your tomato sauces, your diced tomatoes. I love getting coconut milk. Yeah, just they're super convenient to just have on deck. And also, a lot of people don't know, but hearts of palm are a good canned good, and it's basically what I have used for like my vegan seafood dishes like crab cakes or ceviche or even fried fish. It's honestly super versatile, and it's so affordable. You can find this at the Asian market, at the regular markets, and again, things that are versatile are going to be really easy for you to stretch your dollar with because you're going to be able to use it in different recipes. Next is going to be tofu and tempeh. These are going to be great meat replacements. They're great sources of protein. You would treat it like any other like meat source. You flavor it, you fry it, you bake it, you season it, use it however you want in your recipe, but it's super versatile because it's bland and it comes kind of like ready for you to season with whatever intent that you have in mind. I know when I went vegan, I was literally like, that's all I ate for months because it was so easy for me to just mix and match different flavors and sauces. And if you are soy free or have like a soy intolerant, you can use different tofus from different sources. Like there's a lentil tofu, there's a chickpea tofu. So you can pretty much be creative. It doesn't have to be a soy tofu base. I really did my thing with that matcha. Okay, so now we're getting into like pantry staples. It's gonna be things that you can keep in your cabinet and it will last you a long time. Your rices, your starches, your grains. These items are gonna be great for getting in bulk because they don't need to be refrigerated and they're gonna last you a long time. I would definitely go to Costco, Sam's Club, and even Aldi's and stock up. There's quinoa, which is super good for protein and just a great alternative to rice. You could also get rice if you're looking for rice. There's different kinds of rice, like brown rice, wild rice. And my favorite thing, especially for breakfast, is gonna be oats. Like for oatmeal, I do not get the Quaker Oats like packaged oatmeal. That is literally just sugar in a packet. I will get raw steel cut oats or oats that are like by themselves. That way I can mix and match and put in my own ingredients into my oatmeals. So rice cakes, I stock up on them. They are so easy to just get in bulk, put them in the cabinet and forget about them. And they are gluten-free for my gluten-free girlies. Get you some rice cakes. Also, pasta is vegan. I don't know why people think that pasta is not vegan. Not all pasta is vegan because sometimes they'll carry eggs, but the majority of pasta is vegan. It's literally just like flour, salt, and maybe oil. So stock up on your pastas, and there's different kinds. In general, like I might be repeating myself, don't get anything white. Don't get white breads. Don't get white pastas. Don't get white starches are what's gonna make you bloated, what's gonna make your gut irritated. It just digests differently than whole grain sources of carbs, things of that nature. So get whole grain pastas. There's even protein pastas that are made from chickpeas, lentils. There's veggie pastas. There's a pasta that I get that is protein pastas and it's mixed with like pea protein and a whole bunch of other vegan sources. Next is gonna be herbs and spices. And I'm not gonna go over every single herb and every single spice because that's just doing too much. But getting your herbs and spices is gonna be a game changer because this is how you're gonna make your dishes taste like you're having something different every day. Seasoning goes a long way, okay? That salt and pepper shit, throw that aside because over here in this channel, we like flavor. Start off small, you know, get maybe a new spice or a new herb a week. You know, you don't have to go all in and get everything all in one day. Going back to Aldi's, I know Aldi's has a whole section, have like garlic powder, onion powder, cumin, thyme, whatever, for like $1. Depending on where you're at, some spices can be a little bit more expensive. But again, guess what I'm gonna say? If you buy it in bulk, it's gonna be way cheaper than buying the little individual ones. Okay, so now that we kind of went over some things that are gonna be like budget friendly, this part of the video is gonna be dedicated to some things that may be a little bit more costly, but they're just gonna be maybe a little bit more than your average ingredient, but it's gonna be worth the price. It's gonna be worth it, okay? Just stay with me. Don't click out. Don't click out. Just hear me out, okay? The first one is gonna be quality oil. And I'm not gonna lie, I be going to the store a lot. But it's so worth the price because nowadays they literally have engine oil on the shelves and call it vegetable oil to try to scam you into believing that it's healthy, when in reality that's clogging your arteries, cancer in your colon and your digestive tract. You get the point. If you're gonna be cooking a lot, quality oils and quality fats that you're gonna be cooking your food in is gonna be essential. So this is gonna be your olive oil, your coconut oil, and your avocado oil. Those are literally the only oils that I cook with or bake with. It's worth the money. It's worth what it's gonna do for you in the long run. And like I keep saying, what I'm gonna say? Buy in bulk. If you buy them in bulk, it's gonna be way cheaper than you trying to be cheap in the moment and get that little bottle because it's $8 versus you just spending the $16 on the big one, but that big one lasts you 2 months. Y'all know girl math, right? Y'all like to talk about girl math and boy math. This is just math that makes sense, okay? Next one is gonna be flour. Just having flour in general is really good because flour you can throw into many dishes. You can make your own baked goods with them, and flour is a really good thickener to thicken up sauces, soups, things of that nature. So of course, stay away from the all-purpose white flour. Get your whole wheat flour, get your spelt flour. There's so many damn flours out here. It's just a really good thing to have in your kitchen. Buy in bulk. Yeah, that's what I should rename this video. Just buy in bulk. Kind of on the same topic of flour, but a little different, is cocoa powder. Especially, like I said, if you like to do sweet treats or you like to bake, cocoa powders are going to be really good to have on hand. Next thing is going to be condiments. So this is going to be like your soy sauce, your ketchup, your mustard, hot sauce, sriracha, miso paste. Condiments are going to be a great way to make sauces, and sauces mean flavor. Condiments are going to be a great base to dishes because, like I said before, you can just transform the same ingredients into different things. This is going to be like your peanut butter and almond butter. Again, buy in bulk. And technically, you can make your own nut butters or peanut butters. Is buy the nut itself and then throw it in the blender or your food processor. I can never say that. If you have one, and literally throw a little bit of salt, a little bit of water, maybe a little bit of oil, and you just got homemade nut butter. Leads me to the next thing, which is going to be nuts and seeds. These are going to be a good base because they're healthy fats and they're a way to add calories into your diet. Nutritional value because nuts and seeds provide you with like your magnesium, your calcium, your zinc, your all that good stuff. Things like chia seeds and hemp seeds and flax seeds, they're going to provide you with so many nutritional benefits. You feel good. They're going to help with your gut health. They're going to help with your skin, your hair, your nails, make sure you have energy. So these things are absolutely, I will stand 10 toes behind it, that it is worth the price, and it's going to be way better than you trying to buy like processed versions of what the natural seed can give you. Next on the list is going to be sweeteners, and this is going to be super importante because literally I love me some sweet treats. I don't know about you, but I love sweet snacks, sweet things, especially after a meal. I just feel like it completes the meal. But I don't want to have refined sugars in my food. So what I use are natural sweeteners. So things like maple syrup, agave, which is kind of like similar to honey, date syrup or dates. Dates are a fruit, but they can come in syrup form. We all about natural, okay? I'm a naturalista if you don't know by now, especially. A lot of my recipes on Instagram and even on my vlogs, when I make sweet treats, I'm literally 90% I'm always using maple syrup or agave. I don't really use date syrup as much just because it's a little harder to find, but I definitely use dates to sweeten them. Now, again, it kind of goes hand in hand with like nut butters, that sometimes it can be a little bit more pricey than the average ingredient, but it is so worth it because it's a great way to make sure that you're still getting you're satisfying your sweet tooth without satisfying your health. Again, just buy it in bulk. You know, make sure that you're even going to Aldi's. Aldi's has cheap maple syrup for sure, and agave. Then the price that they're giving it to you is literally so affordable. Like, Aldi's is low-key, high-key the goal of groceries because yeah, they're just like super affordable. I'm gonna add this into sweeteners, but like having good quality chocolate. Like I said, for me personally, I like to have sweet treats, and a lot of my sweet treats are chocolate-y or chocolate based because that's just my preference. I'm a chocoholic. If you know, you know. I like to make sure that I'm buying quality chocolate that doesn't have refined sugars in them, no white sugar. For me, I spend a little bit more money on the type of chocolate that I'm getting because it's made with like date sugar, coconut sugar, and those again are natural sources of sugar. So yeah, it's worth it to me, especially because I'll have the peace of mind whenever I'm eating a sweet treat that I don't have to feel like guilty for it, and that's on period. So meat replacements, I like to stay away from the fake vegan meat or the processed meat, whatever. It's super expensive and it's really not the best for you. So what I like to do is buy mushrooms to replace my meat sources: oyster mushrooms, king oyster mushrooms, enoki mushrooms, baby bella, portobello. Those types of mushrooms are what I use to recreate a lot of the vegan dishes that you see on my vlog and in my Instagram. I've been doing recipes for years. Make sure to check out my Instagram. I'm not gonna force you. You do what you want, it's your life, but a lot of the recipes I have on there and my vlog. And mushrooms are going to be really meaty in texture and flavor. They hold a lot of flavor and they're just super versatile. A way to find cheap mushrooms is to go to your local Asian market or to go to like a mushroom supplier. I'm very blessed that I live in the South, so I found a mushroom plug, and no, not the ones that make you know what I'm saying? The actual farmers who's growing real mushrooms that you eat. And I have his number, so I'll hit him up and be like, hey, I need a pound of this, a pound of that, blah, blah, blah. I pick it up. So yeah, and depending on the mushroom that you're getting, can really boost your immunity, boost your brain health, make you feel just really good versus you buying processed stuff that's in the grocery store. This video is about being vegan on a budget, but also just kitchen staples. And one thing when you're transitioning into a vegan diet, or you know, you're new to this, is you miss some of the familiarity of the things that you like your milks and your butters, like yogurts, things like that. They are good to have in hand, but like I said, depending on where you're getting them, they can be a little costly. But if you personally feel like that is something that you're going to be using a lot, or you find it convenient and comforting for you to have during your transition, then buy those things. You know, make it easier for yourself to make this transition, because at first I used to buy a lot of vegan processed stuff, and then throughout time I slowly but surely stopped craving those things and started craving more whole food based and more healthier alternatives. But I'm just being real with you guys, you know, this is a journey. This is like something that's going to build up over time. So if you want plant-based milks, they're already in the store for you, already made. Okay, cool. But some of them don't have the best ingredients in them, and some of them are super processed and have a lot of additives that are just unnecessary. So one way to save money if you want plant-based milks is to make your own. It's literally as simple as getting the nut that you want. So let's say you want cashew milk. All you do is blend it up, and then once you blend it up, you put it in a strainer just to make sure that there's no like bits and particles, and you're left with the liquid. And then that's it. You throw it in the fridge, and now you got homemade cashew milk. You could do the same things with almonds. You could do the same things with hemp seeds, whatever, you know, it's just as simple as making it yourself. And then when you do make it yourself, you could be more creative as far as the ingredients that you're putting in. So maybe you want chocolate milk and you add cocoa powder, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you get the point. You can make it your own. So if you want vegan butter, plant-based yogurt, that's something for you to explore. But again, it's just going to be the fact of you making it yourself, because it's going to be cheaper than you getting it pre-made at the store. But you pick and choose whether or not you want to spend a little extra buck. Woo! Lord, that was a lot of talking. The whole purpose of my channel is just to try to help people and just help transition your mindset into believing that it is very possible to live a healthy lifestyle. It's just all about making small changes that make big differences throughout your life. I've been 7 years vegan now, but this was all new to me. I did have a background in culinary. I was a chef for years prior to being vegan, so it was really easy for me to transition into this lifestyle. And for others, I know that's not the case, so I'm just trying to help you in any way possible. And let me know in the comments below what are other topics that you would like me to go in depth about. For those who don't know, like I said, I have an Instagram where I literally post recipes all the time, but not just recipes, just like health and wellness content, how to, you know, maintain a healthy lifestyle, mental health stuff, and just like daily choices that make a difference, such as like exercising and journaling and all that good stuff. I'm very big on natural medicine, holistic medicine, because that was the way that our people thousands of years ago survived. That's something that I'm just trying to keep alive. I have resources for you guys. I have ebooks that I have created, so it's super affordable, and they go over multiple topics: how to go vegan and transition and make it a lifestyle, vegan recipes. I also have a 30-day challenge ebook that that basically shows you how to be healthy for the next 30 days, what to eat, what not to eat, meal plan ideas, recipes, lifestyle choices, how to gain weight on a vegan diet, because I know a lot of people fear that they're gonna lose weight, just how to eat a well-balanced diet, what to put in their foods. I also have a free ebook that's basically going over self-care, and it's basically just like a guide to just help you feel good from the inside and out. So that is it. I hope this video is not long, and if it is, sorry not sorry, because I said what I said.